Yeah, coming out of Portland, how do you guys like? What's the mindset like in terms of resetting?
Yeah, I think very disappointing result. Not the best performance, but not the worst. I think their goal was pretty unlucky, and we didn't give them too many chances. But I mean, just move on. I think we know this is a big stretch upcoming, and starting with a big game this weekend against a very good team. So all the focus is there.
Have you started looking at the Crew film yet?
Yeah, started a little bit, and I think we've all kind of watched a little bit of them because they've been playing in a lot of big games. So I think we know what their identity is, and they're not going to change for anyone, and they do what they do really well.
For a player like you who seems very comfortable on the ball, do you look at a team like that and sort of, marvel at how confident they seem to be when they're on the ball and the way that they play?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the way they're taught, and I think they brought players in that fit that model. So yeah, I think we try to play like that at times. But yeah, their identity is possession, and they stick to that pretty much every time they get the ball, it seems like.
Jackson, with the team that does favor possession, does that not pressure, but how important is it for you all then transition and to be clinical when you get the chances?
Definitely. Yeah, I think transition's going to be huge, but also keeping the ball once we win it. I mean, we can't just defend and transition the whole game, but I think one of our big strengths is transition attacking because we have some fast players. So I think it could suit us well to sit in a little bit and then either counter right away or try to play ourselves.
Your corner kicks, you've had some success. Can you talk about the set pieces, how that'll be important as well?
It's going to be important for the whole rest of the season and into playoffs. I think it's got to be a bigger part of our game, and I think it has been the last month or two, and just continuing that.
Staying on the set piece component, it seemed like in Portland you guys were a lot more dangerous when you just put the ball straight into the 18 rather than going short as you guys did earlier. What was the thought there, and why were the short corners so ineffective against Portland?
I don't know. I think we like to get Albert a better angle out wide. I mean that's where my goal came from against Minnesota. So I think he can put a good ball in from either, but giving him a better angle is what the goal is.
So in Portland, was the plan to start off with those short corners? And
I think it was mixed up.
when Columbus has so many missing key players, their best players, is that create confidence? You gotta not have a wrong trust of believe that those players are not there. How do you approach that?
I think they've gotten results without some of those players, and I think what's made those players play so well the last couple of years is the system. So I think the system is what we're planning for, and it doesn't. Kucha won't be there, one of their best players, but I think whoever replaces him will be very good as well.
Teams are important, obviously, but then as you get ready here, the business end, how important is it to play to your strength in terms of overcoming whoever you're playing? How important is it to be who you all are and execute and start piling up results?
Yeah, I think that'll be transition and possession, a little mix of both. I think we adapt a little bit tactically to each opponent, and I think we'll adapt a couple things for this game, especially going on the road against one of the better teams.
Obviously, it's always one game at a time, and you guys are, I understand, mostly focused on the Crew. But do you look at this stretch run as particularly important in terms of, there's always uncertainty at the end of any season, and sort of like finishing strong and being able to sort of like send a message about what the Sounders are?
Yeah, definitely. It is a business, and we have to perform at the end of the day. So there's always pressure, that we put on ourselves to I think do well as a team and then do well individually as well.
I mean, just to get off the field and the results, I just wanted to ask you, what's your contractual situation right now, and talks with the team in terms of that?
I'm out of contract at the end of the year, and there's been some talks with the team. Talking right now, and I love it here, so hoping to work something out.
Is that something that you kind of work with and then play with, or you just try to leave that to your agent? How do you handle it?
I leave it to my agent. Try not to worry about it, but yeah, I mean everyone always has contract stuff going on, so it's just something you deal with and put to the side and focus on playing.